Hey guys and girls, how's it going? And welcome back to another episode of Agrarian Skies with myself, Lewis. Hope you're brilliant, having yourself a great day as always. We are here and I need to start playing with some steel. Yes, because we're going to need a load of it if we're going to do our big reactors. And one problem I have got, I'll explain all this in a second. One problem I have got is I'm not creating enough lava. I've got all of these guys, this keeps backing up, but I'm still not making enough lava to power all my stuff. So we do need to start thinking about making ourselves a big reactor. That's going to be a thing. But the recipes in this for big reactors compared to the general recipes are different. You need to have steel. Now generally it's iron. So if we have a look at the big reactors in here, to make any of the reactor casings, which is basically the material you need for most of the inputs, outputs and all that sort of stuff, you need steel. And generally that's iron. So it'd normally be iron, graphite and yellorium, but we need steel. And the only real way to get that is with the Tinker's Steelworks. It's basically you have to make yourself another one of the smelteries, and we did one of the quests in the previous episode and it got us some of these scorched bricks, and what I did is I made myself a high oven controller with some of them, and we're going to use the rest to make a few other bits. I don't really know how many we can get out of this, but let's give it a try. So we've got the high oven controller, we're going to need a high oven drain, there we go, and we've got 2 left, good. So the plan is to move all of the Tinker's Construct stuff downstairs. I've got most of it in the chest there, and what we're going to do is we're going to set it up probably here, and then I'm going to automate all of it. So you can see over here I've set up my automation chamber, my ME big guy right here, my assembly thingamabob. And it's working really well. It's probably the most expensive thing I've ever made, and if you don't know what it is, it allows you to auto craft. So inside you put these little guys here, these encoded patterns, and you can craft stuff. This is the stuff that I currently have craftable, so loads of cables. Obviously the first thing you always do is craft the encoded pattern for the blank pattern. That's always the first thing. And we've got the different types of clusters, the storage thing. So if I wanted a 64K, I just click 64K and it'll make it for me, and all of these regular bits. And I think over here I have all of the things for the dusts. Now I am auto crafting all of the ore that I need, but it's controlled auto crafting, so it's not always making it. If I decide I want 100 iron, I just ask for 100 iron, it'll make me 100 iron. So that's how we're doing it at the minute, and it's kind of the lazy man's way of doing it. This is by no means efficient, but it will do for the time being, because I don't want to go messing around with all of it until I have my quarry set up, and I need power for that. So currently I'm just using these ones, and I have these ME storage buses to read the containment or the amount of items that are inside each barrel, and then that shows in here. So you can see that we have loads of iron. Let's have a look in here, and we go to iron. It all shows up in there. So 672 pulverized iron ore, and I have 140 inside there. So that's pretty much how that's doing. So the big crafting container, that will make me the ore, so that will put the crafting recipe together, and then they're sent over here to be pulverized and then sent into there to be smelted, and thus I have ore. Well, hey, and it's working just fine. So if I need something, I can just go and click on it. Let's have a look. If I want myself some, here we go, I want some ferrous. I found some ferrous. Let's click begin, and it's going to take the ferrous, it's going to throw it into the pulverizer, and once it's been pulverized it will then go into one of the furnaces, and voila, we have ourselves some ferrous. And that's pretty much how it works. Underneath these are precision import buses to send the items back into our system, and over here is just a nifty little thing that I put together, which is an ME interface, and it's got the clay going in, which actually counts as an input, so it does work. It puts it into there. I've got accuracy accumulators always filling up with water, and underneath is a precision import bus like that, and it pulls it out so that I'll need clay, because we're going to need a fairly decent amount of clay for this. So if I want clay again, I can just click on this, begin, and it will craft me some clay. There we go, see, clay, lovely jubbly, because we're going to need that to make our scorched bricks. So let's throw down all of the stuff that we've got, because we're going to need a regular smeltery before we can do anything. So let's grab our smeltery bricks, and I think the way I worked this out is I wanted it about here, yeah, because I wanted this area to be a little bit open. So if we put these guys like this, alright, so our smeltery is up and running, it's looking good. Now we just need to start automating it, which is going to be the fun part. So all of the drains can be classed as inputs for putting all the good stuff in there. And I don't really know if I want this set directly as just being for the seared bricks. Maybe we do. That could be a thing. But if we're going to have them coming out, they're going to come out into here, aren't they? So we're going to need them to go into there. And I could probably put the faucets down as well. So let's throw a faucet on here. There we go. That's a thing. And I'm pretty sure we can pump the items into the casting table via the side. So that could be a thing. So let me have a little play around with this. And I'll be right back once I've got this hooked up as best as I can. Alright guys, so I kind of got this semi-working. It's not that brilliant. It needs a tweak and a bit here and there, but it's kind of doing the trick. So we've got the stone coming in through here. I basically set up an encoded pattern saying that stone makes scorched bricks. So it puts the stone in, the stone goes into here, then it cooks up, and then it gets put into here via the redstone clock, which is ticking on the seared faucet. And then over here I've got myself an item hopper with a load of bricks in. So that's kind of doing the thing. It's getting fed out through a precision import bus with a filter on for scorched bricks, so it doesn't pull out these bricks when they're placed in there, only pulls out the scorched bricks. So that's doing the trick, and that's getting me all of these scorched bricks, which is brilliant, so I can let that do its thing. And we're probably going to need more of those, so let's go down here and we'll craft another 20 scorched bricks. There we go. Should see it fill up with that stuff. Good times. Alright, so let's place these in here. The next one that we're going to need to make is this guy, which is the scorched duct. And now we've got all 4, we should be allowed to hand in the quest, and it should give us more bricks. So let's have a look. Yeah, I got the choice of either graveyard soil or scorched bricks. I don't really want graveyard soil yet. Graveyard soil allows you, it heals mobs basically, and you can make another type of soil with it as well that kills mobs. So that's a thing, but we're going to take the scorched bricks because I'm going to want as many as I can get my hands on. So there we go, we've got 21 scorched bricks with all these faucets and things and those guys. We might even have enough. Let's have a look in our bag though, because you never know. Oh, I got a book. Lovely jubbly. What have we got? We got Fortune 3. Now that's pretty funky. Oh, that reminds me, while I was building all this, my pickaxe upgraded, and now we've got reinforced 3 on it as well. Pretty funky stuff, right? So that's turned into a pretty good pickaxe over time. Alright, so let's make this guy. So we're going to want a load of scorched bricks. Probably going to turn the rest of these into scorched bricks as well. There we go. And we're going to start getting rid of all of this stuff. So this is where our scorched bricks are going to go. And we're going to make ourselves one of these funky high ovens. So these guys like this. Alrighty, and that, and the input's probably going to be on this side, so I'll leave that area open like that. You need to make sure that you leave the central point open, you don't put anything in there. So we'll have that area there, so the bits that we have to connect in are going to be our duct, we've got our drain, and we've got our high oven controller. So the controller can go on the front, we'll pop that guy there, and our scorched duct can go for item input on this side. There we go. Our drain can go on this side for item output, or liquid output and whatnot. And then we'll put these ones like this. Cool. And then we want to put another layer on top. And that should do the trick. Wow, we've got just enough bricks. Lovely jobbies. Now we can look inside and see all the bits and bobs that we need to do. Now the main power source of this, and probably the better one, is charcoal. And it does say all of this inside your book. So if we go in here and have a look inside our Steelworks in you and make our way along here. I should say somewhere around about here. Like the Smurry, the high oven functions as a liquid tank. It's capable of melting metals and more. Unlike the Smurry, it cannot contain multiple liquids or mix metals into alloys. Yeah, there's that. To begin with, lay a 3x3 bed of scorched bricks. Continue laying bricks in a similar fashion, but leave the centre hollow. Cop it off. Place the controller in the middle of any layer and deserve may place drains anywhere within the structure. What does it say about that? We've got begin to burn. There we go. So to begin burning the charcoal, flip the lever. So charcoal is probably the best one to do. I've made myself a load of charcoal up here, and what we're going to do is we're going to make some charcoal bricks, or the blocks, because the blocks are actually better. They burn a higher amount. So let's get ourselves a load of these. There we go. We're going to need a fair few of them, because you need to get it to a certain heat before it's going to actually start melting. And higher the heat, faster the process. So we'll throw those guys in there like that. And we're going to want to get ourselves a lever. So let's grab a lever. and we'll pop it on the top. Eventually I'll automate all of this as well, but for the time being, you know, it's just doing the trick, isn't it? So there we go. So we can do that, and we can turn it on, and it starts burning like that. You can see it's burning, it's heating up, all good. Alright, so we're going to want the stuff that we're going to put in there. So the first thing that I need to make is steel, and I need lots of it. So let's grab a stack of iron, and we're going to go and pop it in here. So let's put it in that side there. Cool beans. And it does also say in the book how to make the steel, the best way to make it. So if we go along, you can see that to make steel, the best thing to use is going to be this. So we're going to want ourselves some gunpowder, some redstone, and some sand, and charcoal to burn. So gunpowder, redstone, and sand. Okay. So let's go grab all of this. So we want gunpowder. Where's my gunpowder? I got one gunpowder. I thought I had this hooked up to many a gunpowder. Let's go have a look. One gunpowder. Alright. Oh, I didn't hook it up. That's why. So we got gunpowder, redstone, and we want some sand. I've probably got some in here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Alright. So let's go and chuck this downstairs, and we'll put all of this in. So gunpowder, redstone, and sand. And let's get this guy burning. So we'll turn it on. We'll start doing the thing. And it's going to start using up our materials, and hopefully give us steel. It does take some time. You need to basically get over the 1000 to 2000 degrees mark before you're going to see anything really happening, and then you're going to get your liquid, which is going to come into here. And with the liquid, we're going to want to pull it out, so that's going to be a thing. So our scorched drain is going to do that for us. So let's go get ourselves, and we'll have a look in here to see if we can make any of the alternatives, because it would be kind of cool if we can make some of the scorched basins and things. I don't think you can though. No. It doesn't look like it. Alright. So we'll grab ourselves... should we make another drain? I think we should make another drain. Or we could have a casting basin to make the blocks. Alright, we'll give the casting basin a go for the time being. So let's grab one of these guys. And we want a fluiduct. So let's grab ourselves a fluiduct. There we go. And we'll pop that guy on here. There we are. Lovely. And let's throw down a pneumatic servo. Alrighty then. So we've got this set up. He's looking mighty fine. Now we just have to wait and see. We're at the... oh, we've reached the 1000 degrees mark. How cool is that? So let's leave this guy running. And hopefully when I come back, we'll find that we have some steel. Alright, so one thing that you need to change is it needs to be 4 high to be able to make the steel. It does say this in the book, I just didn't read it. To reach the temperature needed to create the steel, the high oven needs to be 4 blocks high. Place the controller at least 1 block higher than the bottom row and at least 1 block lower than the top row. And once you do that, you get 2 slots, and you'll also be able to reach the 2000 degrees mark it needs for the steel to start doing its thing. And once it reaches that amount, it goes really fast. You can see that it's going pretty quick now, and it's starting to use up our stuff. The only thing that's lasting for ages is our charcoal is lasting for ages. It's really good. I like it. But we're starting to get this now. You can see that we've almost got enough in there to make ourselves a block. That could almost be enough right there. Let's give this a second. And poof, there we go, 1 block of steel. Lovely jubbly. And we're going to need a lot of this stuff to be able to do what I need to do. And I think I made myself some more iron. I did. Good. So let's split this. And we'll pop these in here. There we go. Because I'm gonna want loads of this stuff to make all of the bits that we need for our big reactors. Now, I'm still not really 100% on the size of the reactor I want to go with. I think I'm going to go with the average 3x3 to start with. And then if it needs to be any bigger than that for power, we can always change it around. But to start with, we'll go with a 3x3. And is this going to... does this need any light on it? No, it doesn't. I thought this could do with a tad of light, but it looks like it's perfectly fine. Lovely jubbly. And you can see that we're getting buttloads of steel now, which is really, really good. I might even have this getting pulled into my network so that I can just keep collecting all of it and not have to worry about taking the steel out. That could be a thing. So let's have a look in here and grab ourselves a precision import bus. Let's grab one of these guys. We should have most of the bits we need in there to do that, I believe. Let's have a look. What do we need? Well, it needs loads of stuff, doesn't it, to make one of those guys? Well, you know, at least it's doing it. It's making all the iron for us. It's making the pulverized iron, the regular iron. I like it. It's doing its thing. We do need a sticky piston, and I don't know if I have any slimes. I do. Alright, we're good. So it should craft me one of those guys. But here we go. We're getting loads of steel, so good times. I might even check out the other bit that we need to do in a second as well, just to hand in that quest. Let's see if I've got my precision export, precision import. Where are we at the minute? Do we need anything? We don't know. It's doing it. We're probably cooking some bits up. We are. Alright. So the next thing that we want to do, let's have a look in our book, see if we can hand in any other quests, because that one's now done. So the next one in line is heavy armor. So this one requires a full set of steel. We've got steam room, so that's making the steam engines, obviously. We've got deep tank, so deep tank controller. So Steelworks allows you to make the large multi-block tanks capable of holding multiple fluids, storing different so you can make a tank with this guy as well. And it's probably, if I make the deep tank controller, going to try and get me to do something else. But let's have a look. Because it'd be kind of cool to hand in something else, wouldn't it? So, deep tank controller requires a load of scorched bricks and some lapis. Alright, so let's have a little looky-see in here of how many bits and bobs I've got. I've got 2 scorched bricks. Have I got any more scorched bricks in here? I haven't, so let's make another 10 scorched bricks. And my export or import should be done. Precision import is still sat there. What are we making? What do we need? It seems to be a little bit stuck. It's got most of the things it needs. What have we ran out of? We've got... I think it could be the cables. Although it's not asking for anything yet. Yeah, precision import bus. Huh. Or maybe the other ones has taken priority over it. I don't know. We'll leave it. We'll find out what happens. But I'm going to wait for this to cook all its stuff up, guys. And then we'll make one of these guys and hand in another quest. And see what amazing bits and bobs we get. So I'll be back in a mo. Alright, so I got most of the bits that I need. Let's go and hook this guy up. One thing that I have found that's slightly a bit weird, which I need to sort out at some point, I think, is... I need to set a way of automatically putting the sand into the system, because if there's no sand in there, it starts smelting it up into molten iron, which is not really what you want, because that then kind of clogs the line up a little bit. You see that I've got the portable tank here with the molten iron in it. Basically, if this sand runs out, it starts producing molten iron. It doesn't just stop, which isn't really too much of a problem, but it would be handy if that didn't happen. And although I could just have separate tanks like that, like I've got at the minute. It's not too bad, but let's grab myself, I'm going to want a few more of those as well, so let's do that so I can get my slabs and whatnot, and then we'll make this guy, and hopefully we should be able to get ourselves a cool bit of questage done. So I've got my seared bricks, I've got this stuff, so it's this, wasn't it, with a lapis, gives us a deep tank controller. Alright, let's look inside our quest book. Yep, we're looking good. Rewards, reward bag, and a quarter of a heart. Ba-bam, ba-bam. Alright, let's see what reward bag we get. I got another deep tank controller. Wow. Oh, no, it didn't. What? Who? It did. Wait. There we go. Alrighty, cool. I got a Morvi decor reward. I got large lapis bricks, many bricks. We've got oh, they look actually really funky, don't they? Look at those guys. I like it. Huh. Nice. Alright, what other stuff we got? We got these large obsidian bricks. They look pretty funky. Let's try these guys out. I like the little sparkly look to them. Yeah. Cool. I'm going to have to find a use for these. We're going to have to start making, like, actual cool looking bricks at some point, instead of everything looking a bit ugly. A bit stone-like, as it is. Yeah, that's going to be a thing. But I got, like, 36 bits of steel here now, so we're doing pretty good on our steel. I've got 2 more blocks of steel that's been sucked up into our system here as well. So we're currently sat on... Let's have a look at our steel. We have 81 steel ingots. So that's pretty good. That could almost be enough to make a regular 3x3 one. Although I think we might need a little bit more. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to leave this guy running. I'm going to keep an eye on it. I'm going to see if I can automate all of the stuff going in there. And we will be back for another episode shortly, where we should have all the bits together we need to make ourselves our big reactor and get all of the power, hopefully, over 9,000. Cool beans. Alright guys, I'll see you soon for another one. Have yourself a great day. Have a good one as always. And goodbye.